Well, my name is Andreas Feix. I'm a visual effects artist. I studied effects and animation back in Germany, and now I work as a digital compositor at Industrial Light and Magic in London. It's always good to have overlapping interests. As a kid, I was very much into dinosaurs and still am today, but it led to me watching Jurassic Park at a very young age. And these subsequent films and other dinosaur media got me initially interested in the art of filmmaking. And so by the time The Lord of the Rings and the Star Wars prequels hit cinemas, that's when I became invested in special effects and the technology behind it. And that was sort of the first point where I started considering it as a potential career path going forward. Some of the positive aspects about the VFX industry are that it's a very creative and team-oriented field of work, as well as the fact that in order to be as good as you can be at the job, it is important that you have to be open-minded about different ideas and interpretations. So that leads to a very healthy environment where you have like a lot of open-minded people working with you. On the flip side, because it's a field of work that a lot of people enjoy working in, and clients typically demand more work and especially anything they want to be done, preferably be done for less, there is of course potential for exploitation of those artists working in the industry. Of course, as a visual effects artist, it can be very rewarding to be able to participate in one of the franchises you initially enjoy watching. Star Wars, James Bond, Mission Impossible. In my case in particular, that was the project Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and because it was a very demanding project, it encouraged me all the more to put in my best work into it as possible. And of course, there were also personal projects that were very rewarding to me, like Threads of Destiny, which was a fan film I participated in very early on in my career, as well as City Party, which I directed and animated, and We Hunt Giants, which I co-produced and supervised. In the case of the latter two, because I was pretty much the only one responsible for all the work that was being done, I had to have an understanding of the entire pipeline, as well as come up with creative solutions to all sorts of technical issues or other problems that were there. And it helped me gain a lot of understanding about visual effects and knowledge about filmmaking in general. When it comes to compositing, the software application that is used most commonly nowadays is Nuke. Because the way compositing works is that we take all sorts of elements like background plays, footage elements that were shot as well, and CG renders, modify them heavily, and then combine them all together to a final image. Like, the best way to describe it on a basic level would be like the reverse of a tree. So you start with all the branches, they all slowly come together individually, but then by the end, you form this like gigantic trunk at the end. Although, of course, it's not always as straightforward. But in general, Nuke allows us to work in an environment that visualizes that properly, as well as the ability to work non-destructively, because oftentimes it's all just about like just tweaking the final element in order to ensure the desired outcome. When it comes to the future of visual effects, it's probably obvious that some elements like real-time, which has already become prevalent in VFX work, will just become more widespread and more common used throughout the daily VFX process, as well as beyond visual effects in general, as it has already been proven. Some elements like AI should be viewed with a bit of caution. There are certainly merits to some aspects like using machine learning to improve technical processes and tools, and granted there may be some fear, not unwarranted, that AI-generated content may cripple VFX work in some ways, but considering the creative and goal-oriented aspects of VFX in general, how much weight that has, and some of the failings of AI in other applications or fields of work just recently, I think it should be rather safe, at least for now. For those entering the industry, I can offer a couple of tips, such as be open-minded, like about other people's processes and their techniques, but also other people's opinions. Be open to gain more knowledge, whether that's worldly knowledge or certain techniques, because whatever you know might help you in your day-to-day work. Be creative, like find some sort of creative outlet, either just to gain more experience or maybe just a way to express yourself. Communication is very important, because with visual effects being always teamwork, it's always important to communicate your ideas and be able to work with others in a healthy environment. And most of all, just be inspired, like find inspiration, like either in your work or what other aspects of your day-to-day life in order to grow yourself as a person and also in your career.